Hello everybody, today we would like to introduce you to our new product, which is Rico Design's knitting looms. They do come in two different packs. There is one big set which is $19.90 and it contains 4 different looms, round looms, and there is one simple single one which is £8.90. And today we would like to show you how to use the loom. To be honest, it will be our first experience, and we will be using the new yarn again from Rico Design's Fashion Flame. As you can see, it comes in 4 different lovely colors and it's super chunky. And I will start with opening the loom and having a go with instructions and see how we get on. The video will be stop and start because we don't want to bore you with the details, but I will roughly tell you how much time I have spent on it. Right, now I have opened the kit up, and in the kit I have the loom, I have a very handy sewing up needle, I have the hook, and most importantly I have instructions. And following instructions, what I have done already is I just tied the yarn on the end pin of the loom, right? And now, following the instructions, I will be starting to wind up on the first line of thread. As somebody who knows told me that the winding of this thread looks like loom bands, what your kids have done like a year ago. Everybody was doing it, so everybody knows how to do it. So we start there and we just go in that kind of figure 8 fashion, and I'm supposed to do it right up to the end. Right. And now, following instructions, I have gone right to the end of the loom, as you can see here, and it really has taken me like 10 seconds, 15 seconds to get there. So now on following instructions again, the last pin, I just have hooked the yarn on like that, and now I will be doing the same thing back. These ones will be your 2 setup rows. And what I'm doing, I know my hand is in front sometimes, but I'm following the thread path back to the beginning. Like so. Don't do that. On the end, so you can see I have hooked on the one side of the last stitch, and then there I will go around like that, possibly like that, according to instructions, and put my thread in there. Now my handy hook comes in mind, and now all I'm supposed to do is push the stitches nicely down, and now I try to hook on the bottom thread and pull it over the top. And the way how I'm doing is I'm using the hook kind of backwards, as you can see. And that way, if you try to do it this way, you will sometimes, you can see you can hook the front stitch as well. But this way, you can separate them nicely, hook them on and pull it over. And that way you continue to one side, another side as well. Right, so, and as you can see now, I have gone, I have pulled all the first stitch or first yarn loop over the second one, and that's how it should look when you're finished. And it has taken me, what, a minute maybe? Not much more. So now I'm reading still, me reading instructions and trying to do the second row. And now you start, your yarn was there, so now you start with the first loop and you go over the second one, and you start to do your figure 8 again, and you just go right through to the end, as your first 2 setup rows now are ready. So now everything should be just easy. And as you can see, so now it has taken me like 10-15 seconds to get to the other end, and now I'm pushing the stitches down again, and I have made a loop around the last one and put thread in there, and that means this one has only 1 stitch This one has 2, and we start with pulling over the existing one over the new one, like so. And again, we need to go to the end, and basically that is it. So this way you can keep going until you have made your scarf. Yeah, by the way, we are making a scarf. And now I've been repeating the same process over and over again, and this is how much I can achieve in an hour, with a little bit of breaks, with a couple customers coming in between. And don't you just love how the colors change in this yarn? And to compare, I would say from my personal experience, as I would consider myself being quite experienced knitter, I have tried as well to do something on the knitting needles. And that is how much I can do in half an hour on the knitting needles. As you can see, the length is slightly narrower, but the length is roughly the same. So I would say if you are an experienced knitter, don't worry about knitting looms. Use your knitting pins and do your knitting as you always done. But if you have somebody who loves the yarns, who loves the texture, who would like to play in any age, I would say starting from age of 5, 6, as they can do loom bands, they can do this. And ending up with an age when you can't handle your knitting pins anymore, and maybe you're looking for a substitute. Knitting loom is a really interesting tool because it allows you to achieve the same thing just with a different method. I hope you will enjoy it.